I did it again. I got banned from Variety's TV Fest today for 24 hours, which kind of sucks. It's my birthday, and I'm not going to be able to see the actors panel today, but you know what? It's kind of worth it. The panel was for a television based on a podcast, or based on a podcast show idea, kind of reality docu-series crime drama called Truth Be Told. I think it's ironic I was actually banned for telling the truth. One of the panelists, who I believe was a producer of the show, actually made the comment that bloggers are not journalists. I think that the Supreme Court would disagree with that, as would the Constitution. See, the right to freedom of the press isn't just the paid press. Technically, America was created by people who were producing pamphlets out of their basement. Bloggers are the equivalency of that today. And the Supreme Court has recognized the fact that bloggers are journalists just as much as a paid journalist at the Wall Street Journal or the Variety. I'm a journalist just as much as a Variety broadcaster is. Yeah, that's the truth. And until we start recognizing the hypocrisy of the fact that we all have the right to speak the truth, we are not going to have freedom in this country. And I think what made me angry also about Truth Be Told is the panel started out by actually saying that the character was one of faith who prayed. Prayer is not truth. Prayer is a miraculous miracle. You're hoping something good will happen from a deity that may or may not exist. The reality is truth or facts. Truth, whether or not some criminal committed a crime, has nothing to do with a God. It's the act of the person who committing that crime. And frankly, I am furious with the hypocrisy of being silenced for speaking my mind. I would not want to watch a show with black people who basically are telling me that I have to believe in a God, or I don't have the right to my freedoms, that I don't have the right to freedom of speech or freedom of religion, which includes the right not to believe in any religion whatsoever. See, there's nothing in the Constitution that says I have to believe in God to be an American. Religion is separate from government. But it doesn't exclude the idea that maybe religion doesn't have to exist at all. That religion is not imperative to the function of government is truth in the Constitution. This country can operate without a God or without a church. That was the intent of the Founding Fathers, because frankly, they recognized the fact that the Church of England was trying to belittle, degrade, and take advantage of the people of America. I mean, if you don't know our history, that's very shameful, because the reality is the Boston Tea Party, the taxes on this country, part of that money went to the British Church. It wasn't just the government that America was trying to, I guess, unalign themselves from. It wasn't just England. It was the British Church as well, because the British Church recognized royalty. The definition of royal is ordained by God, in effect. We don't have leaders ordained by God because that is the very definition of royalty. When someone says that Donald Trump was ordained by God, they're violating our Constitution. Because the heart of that is the idea that someone can be born and chosen by a God to be the ruler of a country, and that is a king, not a president. The president is voted by the people of this country, not chosen by a God. So having a panel discussion where you basically say that faith is more important than rationality kind of rubs me the wrong way. And insinuating that I need to be silenced for speaking the fact that this country is a secular country goes against my freedom of speech. You talk about freedom, and meanwhile, do you understand the fact that the Bible actually ordains slavery and the degradation of women? That the Bible degrades people and demoralizes people. Slavery existed in this country because white people decided that the Bible was right. Slavery is okay. It isn't. Of any kind. And the hypocrisy being telling me that I can't be press because I'm a blogger. I can't be press. My business as a blogger was a business that I wanted to build myself. I had the right to build a journalist business where I'm a solo journalist, solo writer. And telling people that they can't do that is the equivalency of shutting down freedom of speech in this country. If you don't want to, I guess, listen to someone's opinion or read someone's opinion, you can just ignore it. But to blanketly say all bloggers are not journalists or don't have a valid right to express their opinions contradicts the Constitution and is un-American. And this television show, truth be told, the fact that the makers of this show would say something like that, why should I pay attention to your show then? Why should I listen to your opinions if you're not going to allow other people to have their opinions as well, or other people to share their opinions? And FYI, I think that CRT should be taught. It's taught at the college level, that our history should be taught in this country as it happened, not color-coded to be pro-white or even color-coded to be pro-black. Just the facts. The facts. Because in my opinion, no one's perfect. There are white people in this country who are supremacists. And there are some black people in this country who hate whites. And unfortunately, that's on us to a large extent. But the reality is, until we purge all of the bigotry on both sides, we are not going to have equality in this country. And I am not saying that what happened in Virginia, when that poor woman was driven by a car, that there were good people on both sides. There weren't good people on both sides of that. There were white haters, and there were people who were peacefully trying to demonstrate. The white supremacists are wrong, period. What I'm saying is that no one's perfect. And I am sick and tired of myself being subjected to abuse when I was assaulted by a white guy, abused by white men, including, however, there was an Indian guy who told me that I would go out with him after I said no. So I have been fighting sexual harassment from African Americans, Asians, whites, all men in general. And I'm terrified, and I'm tired of the fact that I can't say no to somebody. If I say no to a black man, I'm a racist. But if I say no to a white man, I'm not. But then that's not sexual harassment because I'm supposed to say yes to everybody. No, I'm not. And having African American people on Twitter accuse me of being racist, and 90% of, actually, I think 100% of them were Christians. Whereas if you look at my LinkedIn account, it's a mix of people. I want people to be successful and happy on their own terms. I'm so sick and tired of people thinking that I'm going to go back to being in a regular job when I wanted a career in the entertainment industry. That's why I beat cancer. But the entertainment industry being incredibly hypocritical. Because if I say I want to sue Shonda Rhimes and ABC and Disney, I should have the right to say that. Because frankly, they have been sexist to me. They have been prejudicial to me. They have been discriminatory toward me. I did not do anything on their set. I was not delusional. I was a highly educated, highly talented woman, and someone has been trying to effectively erase all of that. I was actually a citizen journal for Demotics, and I have emails from the editor of Demotics saying I was one of their best press person in Los Angeles. Granted, I didn't make any money doing that job. I was just trying to get my foot in the door. Because that's what we writers have to do. We have to work a lot for free before we ever get hired by anybody. I was trying to build an audience as Artistic Hope. And then someone decided to take my 1,600 followers away from me, but heaven forbid anybody think I'm likable. Why can't the A students be successful in America? Why is it that we're shunned and treated as though we're, I don't know, pompous or stereotypically bad people for some reason, or for that matter, because I'm smart, I must be psychotic? I'm not, but I could see myself being pushed to being psychotic, unfortunately. Repeated abuse, repeated degradation, repeatedly made fun of. It has a toll. It's my birthday today. Thanks for the birthday present, Amelia, at Variety Television. But you want to know something? You've just given me more proof of the fact that there's hypocrisy in our democracy and hypocrisy in the entertainment industry. Because I have been pointing out to people the fact that they should follow the money, because a lot of the money in Hollywood comes from Christian nationalism. And the more that we become aware of the fact that our propaganda in Hollywood has been geared toward making us a biblical country instead of the country that our founding fathers intended, the more that hopefully we will have change, and hopefully we will stop going in the direction of being Gilead. You want to look at who's responsible for what happened at SCOTUS right now? Look at the casting of Shonda Rhimes on Grey's Anatomy. How many Christian actors did she hire? Jason George, the girl, I can't remember her name. I think the name starts with Amy something, or is that was a character name? She's also from the University of Virginia. Christian actors. Do you have any idea how much that has fed the Christian movement in this country to actually create a situation where someone like Donald Trump could be cast? In fact, I think that one stone could effectively have changed the direction of this country. People like me being blacklisted who are rationalists, who are normal looking, I guess, instead of hot blondes. It seems to me that the GOP is akin to making people look like Sarah Palin characters on television. And that's what Disney and ABC indicated to me. A voiceover casting agent actually pointed to a woman at a workshop that I did that indicated to me that's the kind of person I want to see as an actor. It was a voiceover class. So you're going to judge whether or not you're going to hire an actor not on their voice, but whether or not they look like a professional actress, like the kind of person who wears a suit and tie who could walk into like a business meeting looking like they walked off of Wall Street. Most of the best actors I've ever seen in Los Angeles don't look like that. They're not perfect. They're flawed. Being an actor is being an artist, being a creator, and being aware of humanity. It isn't being a carbon cutout corporate person. Good luck with that, ABC Disney. I don't trust you. I don't like you. And Apple Plus. I don't want to work for you if you're going to shove God down people's throats. Because unless you have secular atheists on your television shows as well, then you're a disgrace to America as far as I'm concerned. Because without rationality, we're doomed. Because if religion decides who gets to reproduce in this country and who doesn't, then we're going to create an ignorant population. And we will destroy the planet. We won't make it a better place. I wanted children, but only if I could have a mentally healthy house and a mentally healthy life, which means I got to be a creative person. Creative, talented, be myself. Not have people tell me who I want to be. Not have people tell me I am not this or not that. And maybe you ought to start informing the public the truth. We are all members of the press, and we all have the right to freedom of speech.